Hi fam, this is Nene from Nendi, Africa. So my story began 20 years ago. About a week ago, I had my braces done. But I must tell you that my first appointment in the hospital was about 20 years ago. I was a young teenager, but I had some insecurities. But I figured out that there would be a help. Prior to then, I've heard about dentists, that the doctors who take care of the teeth is a dentist. And that the doctors who take care of, I've heard about the doctors. But then I had not seen a dentist. Yes, some people liked it as a child. Most people in Africa, for example, in Nigeria especially, they adore gap tooth. But I wasn't comfortable with it. So it gave me some bit of insecurity, and then I decided that I will visit a hospital. You know how a child will use 2 naira to go buy a car? So I walked into a hospital. So I got into the hospital. Prior to then, I had heard about the internet, but I had never heard about YouTube. I never knew there was anything like braces. I never knew there was going to be an intervention on teeth. But with faith, and I believe that things can get better in the world, I walked up and I went into this hospital. So upon arrival in this hospital, I met a nurse. So I saw the hospital on our way back from church. So I figured that this hospital looks good. It looks like they can care for me. So this particular day of this appointment 20 years ago, like I said, I finished all my duties in the morning and I took my bath. I remembered my dress. I remembered the dress that I wore, and I moved to go to this hospital. So I entered the bus. I got to the hospital and I came down. As soon as I got into the compound of the hospital, I felt relieved. I said that finally that this teeth will be closed. So I got into the hospital. When I got into the hospital, that hospital reception area, I met a nurse. So she looked at me and I sat down quietly, waiting for them to attend to the people they were already attended to. So she looked at me, but now I'm just thinking, because the way she looked at me, she looked like me like all these teenagers. What could they have brought into the hospital? What brings this healthy teenager to the hospital? So I'm just suspecting that maybe she thought that I was pregnant. Maybe she thought that I was a pregnant teenage child. So she was really waiting for me, and I patiently waited because they had some, emergencies, and they took care of them. And by the time they had finished, a nurse called me and I went. And then she told me, "So what brings you to the hospital?" And she was staring at me. I remember she was staring at me. And I told her, "Ma, I want to close my teeth." She looked at me and just hissed. "So your boyfriend told you that he doesn't like your teeth?" I opened my mouth. I did not close it. I didn't come into that hospital with a guy. I was just a young girl. I opened my mouth and could not close it. But even if my boyfriend complained, at least you should respond to me. At least you should have told me that this is a GP, that they can't take care of my teeth. At least you should have referred me to a dentist or tell me, no, this is the wrong hospital. But she told me outrightly, "So your boyfriend told you he doesn't like your teeth." He didn't tell me, "Oh, you don't like your teeth." Was that not an abuse? She didn't tell me, "Oh, you don't like your teeth," or even encourage me to say, "Your teeth is fine. Young lady, you don't need to do this." That would have been more appreciated. A GP or will refer you or go to other hospitals. I stood there for a while. All my joy, hope was deflated. So I stood there, said, "Oh, there will not be deliverance. This is a hospital." So I've reached that hospital. I've always dreamt that I will go one day and get my teeth fixed. So she deflated it. And I stood there. She didn't say bye. She didn't say go back. She didn't say come another day. She just told me what she said. And I stood there. And then they called other people. More serious people. Yes, I know a lot of people came with malaria that day. I know a lot of people came with pregnancies, problematic pregnancies. I appreciate. I appreciate totally, because I have also been in such situation. I've had malaria, but the genuine little girl who wanted to come make her teeth was also genuine. Now let me tell you what he did, the consequences of what she did. I carried on like that, and for the next 20 years, I planned to go to see a dentist, and I never did. So from there, I went ahead to write my JAMB. No hope now. Shebi, they've told me that it's my boyfriend that determines if I get my teeth done or not. So I moved, and I went ahead to get into the university. I got to the university, I finished university, I got jobs, I started jobs. Then as I was growing up again, it occurred to me that this teeth something has to be done. So for like the first 5 years of my career, I don't stand and look and talk with people. I was just conscious of the fact that people were looking at my teeth. So because of that, I am a natural talker. I talk quite a lot, But my teeth gave me some concerns. And then coupled with the fact that while I was in the primary school, a friend of mine walked up to me and said, "You talk too much. Ask God to make you not to talk too much." And I bought into that prayer, and I started doing the prayer. So I said, "God, please, I don't want to be talking too much." So but when these teeth issues came up, I said, that looked like the prayer that has been answered, that actually I can't talk so much now because I don't want to open my teeth so much. So it looks like the prayer was answered. So I remember that shortly before I got into university, I don't smile and I don't talk. So I was just keeping quiet, and I was just practicing God not making me talk so much. And then I had my teeth to cover, so I had all the comfort closing my mouth. So I went about my life. I finished university, I started work. For the first 5 years in my career, I wasn't quite talking. I was always conscious of the fact that they said I talk too much. So I was just not talking. So I just not. Then occasionally I talk. When it has to do with my friends, I talk. But optically, I didn't like my teeth. So I continued. I had all the monies to do the teeth, but it wasn't. I had moved on. I got married. Remember that in these past 20 years, I got married, I had children, I now started seeing doctors, best of doctors. I go for my teeth cleaning. Nobody, because what is a concern is actually your own concern. Other people may not be seeing it. So if it was that bad, I know that I've been to even one of the best dentists in Nigeria to go do my teeth, to go do my annual checkup, biannual cleaning, scaling, polishing. I've done all of that, but none of them has ever said you need braces, because to them really it's not a big deal. But I was the only one concerned. So I went on, and I like to talk, I like to express myself, but I saw YouTube as something I could never ever do. I dare not open my teeth for the world. I dare not open my teeth for the world. So I was fine to be in pain in Nigeria, and then as long as I don't open my oh my goodness. Little things, parents, please take care of your children. If you ever tell your child to open his teeth, if your child is ever shy, find out why the child is shy. Every child wants to show off. Every child wants to be a child. If your child has difficulty in meeting with people, in interacting with people, there is a problem. We are now modern. Our parents, my mom, my parents don't even know I've done my braces. They are not aware. If you tell them, they will even tell you, "So what happened to your teeth?" So I discovered my braces myself. But your child doesn't have to be in his 30s before he discovers himself, just like I did. Please probe in your children's life. See why they are shy. See why they can't talk with their friends. Since I did my teeth, I can talk to the president. I can talk to Donald Trump. I am fine, even though the spaces are still there apparently. Like my braces is just 1 week. These spaces are there, but there is a journey. The journey to closing them have commenced. The journey of being self-aware has commenced. So if I talk to anybody now, even with my braces, I don't care. I am talking to everybody. I am bold. I am happy. I am not resenting anything. I am opening my mouth. I can smile. I can talk to people. So I saw someone at the mall, like on Sunday, a friend of mine. And ordinarily, when I see her, I will try to, push the other. Oh God, only you know your craft. Indeed, you are the only one who know your craft. You know how you save yourself. So all those self-saving techniques that I do to cover up a bit, I wasn't doing. I was showing my teeth and I was smiling and I was happy. So this is my braces story. I know that I'm not alone. So I know that there are other people who may have the same story. Maybe people whose countries are similar to mine, who don't pay attention to things that worry you. Maybe your country, they are more interested in malaria and the rest of them. I appreciate. So please learn from my story. Thank God for YouTube. I thank God for the inspiration I got from fellow YouTubers. Thank you for putting a lot of things out there. Thank you for saving a girl like me from Nigeria. I'm now an adult, but it's better late than never. So thank you so much for listening. Appreciate your time here. And like I said, that I'm going to be sharing my experience, maybe like my 1 week experience with my braces, like I said earlier, that I can now laugh from one end of my mouth to the other. I don't even care again. You know why? Because my deliverance have started. If there's a resentment in a child, it could be that he thinks he has a wide nose, or that he has a wide teeth, or that somebody somewhere have said, look at your teeth or look at your mouth. Don't accept it on face value and say, he will overcome it. He can only overcome it in his 30s. It's not good. It's not all right. The child lives a life of torment, or life of people saying, yeah, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But throughout this period, I never thought my teeth was beautiful, but even though other people told me they were beautiful. And let me also tell you, since I did the braces, a lot of my friends have called me to say, why did you change your beautiful teeth? We liked your teeth. We liked the gap teeth. We just wasted money, hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars. Why did you waste your money? Your teeth was perfect. Yes, people will tell you that, but they are not you. From me now, from Nigeria, Lagos. Bye. Until I come your way again. Follow up on me to see how I grow and how I am able to recover my confidence completely. Thank you so much. I appreciate. This is me from Nigeria. So bye.